Hi and welcome to the first video on SINEE Global. Today we are gonna take a look at a different approach to rumble bass. So at this point, everybody pretty much knows how to make a rumble kick, right? You take your kick, you drench it in reverb and delay, put a little sidechain on top, Bob's your uncle, there you go. But now that virtually everybody is using this technique already, I thought it would be interesting to look at some different approaches. And don't get me wrong, there's a reason why everybody is using the kick into verb thing, because frankly, it just works. But that also provides a perfect opportunity for your tracks to stand out. So let's switch to Ableton and get dirty. So here's the technique I'm gonna explain today, and the overall structure of it using noise layers or even field recordings or something like that is widely used by many different techno artists. But usually you see them in the context of textures and the overall feel of a track. But today we're gonna focus on using abstract sound sources for our low end. So today I'm gonna use the sample pack. It's called Schmutz, which in German just means dirt, because of all the samples in there that are really heavily processed, distorted, overloaded, mangled, you name it. So the reason I'm using this particular pack is there's a ton of sampled noises in there, noise loops, and let's just take a listen to a few of them. So as you can hear, there's a huge variety in these sounds. And if we look closer at one of them in a frequency analyzer. So this is just a pure noise sound, and we can clearly see there's a lot of low-end information missing. But that is where Ableton's shifter comes into play. So let's see what happens when I shift the frequency. That's more like it. So now there's a ton of new information in the low end area for us to shape. So now that we got that concept, we can delete that track. Let me switch into the arrangement view. And here we can see what's going on. So the way I have this set up is I took a bunch of noise loops, I cut them up, and then I modified the envelopes. So I essentially mirrored the envelopes from the kick drum so they don't interfere with each other. And then I dropped the frequency shifter on the noise track right here. And depending on what I want to achieve, there can be multiple channels with different noises, like we see here. And of course also on different positions, just to add some groove. And that's also one of the main reasons I'm using this method. You have total control over the groove, which is way harder to accomplish with things like traditional reverbs and delays. So this is noise number one, and as we can see, I engage the shifter here and I settle on this frequency right here. And then of course, because that's not really a rumble when there's no filter engaged, I engage the filter. Let's listen to the noise without the filter really quick. And again with the filter. Same goes for layer 2 and 3, and like I said, these extra layers are just there to create some extra groove, but they follow the same concept. And on top of that, I decided to put in some extra filtered kick drum sounds, just to add even more groove. Sounds like this. You can hear a little bit of delay going on. There's saturator, overdrive, and of course everything is filtered down and sidechained to the original kick drum. So now let's listen to everything in context. And with some more stuff on top. So rumble number 2 follows the same concept as number 1. I just used some different noises, different frequency shifter settings, as you can see right here. Let's go through the layers so you can see the values. And you can hear this tiny little bit of ground noise coming up, and the reason for that is I also used an echo device on the complete group just to add another level of timbre shaping and movement. So let's see how that sounds. Nice one. And one more example, just to show how versatile this concept really is and how many very distinct sublayers you can get out of it. This is our rumble number 3. Cool. So there we go. Great low end and with absolute control over timing and groove. So I hope you found this approach useful. The project file, of course, will be available as a free download in the description below. And for more tips, tricks and sounds, make sure to check out SINEE.de. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care.